It is better to keep your mouth closed and let people think you are a fool than to open it and remove all doubt. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. A person who won't read has no advantage over one who can't read. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to pause and reflect. Age is an issue of mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. All you need in this life is ignorance and confidence, and then success is sure. If it's your job to eat a frog, it's best to do it first thing in the morning. And if it's your job to eat 2 frogs, it's best to eat the biggest one first. Get your facts first, then you can distort them as you please. Suppose you were an idiot, and suppose you were a member of Congress, but I repeat myself. Anger is an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured. The fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time. Patriotism is supporting your country all the time, and your government when it deserves it. Don't go around saying the world owes you a living. The world owes you nothing. It was here first. Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. In the first place, God made idiots. That was for practice. Then he made school boards. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. Go to heaven for the climate, hell for the company. A man who carries a cat by the tail learns something he can learn in no other way. Good friends, good books and a sleepy conscience. This is the ideal life. Never put off till tomorrow what you can do the day after tomorrow. The lack of money is the root of all evil. I am an old man and have known a great many troubles, but most of them never happened. Buy land, they're not making it anymore. A man's character may be learned from the adjectives which he habitually uses in conversation. You can't depend on your eyes when your imagination is out of focus. The best way to cheer yourself up is to try to cheer somebody else up. The only way to keep your health is to eat what you don't want, drink what you don't like, and do what you'd rather not. Don't let schooling interfere with your education. Part of the secret of a success in life is to eat what you like and let the food fight it out inside. Do the right thing. It will gratify some people and astonish the rest. It ain't those parts of the Bible that I can't understand that bother me, it is the parts that I do understand. Humor is mankind's greatest blessing. Do the thing you fear most and the death of fear is certain. Thunder is good, thunder is impressive, but it is lightning that does the work. I can live for 2 months on a good compliment. Clothes make the man. Naked people have little or no influence on society. Truth is stranger than fiction, but it is because fiction is obliged to stick to possibilities. Truth isn't. Thunder is good, thunder is impressive, but it is lightning that does the work. There are basically 2 types of people. People who accomplish things, and people who claim to have accomplished things. The first group is less crowded. Let us endeavor so to live so that when we come to die even the Undertaker will be sorry. The human race has one really effective weapon, and that is laughter. Life would be infinitely happier if we could only be born at the age of 80 and gradually approach 18. It usually takes me more than 3 weeks to prepare a good impromptu speech. Giving up smoking is the easiest thing in the world. I know because I've done it thousands of times. When your friends begin to flatter you on how young you look, it's a sure sign you're getting old. Don't part with your illusions. When they are gone, you may still exist, but you have ceased to live. My mother had a great deal of trouble with me, but I think she enjoyed it. The right word may be effective, but no word was ever as effective as a rightly timed pause. A man is never more truthful than when he acknowledges himself a liar. Loyalty to petrified opinion never yet broke a chain or freed a human soul. There is no distinctly American criminal class, except Congress. I don't like to commit myself about heaven and hell. You see, I have friends in both places. There is a charm about the forbidden that makes it unspeakably desirable. When we remember we are all mad, the mysteries disappear and life stands explained. If the world comes to an end, I want to be in Cincinnati. Everything comes there 10 years later. Many a small thing has been made large by the right kind of advertising. Grief can take care of itself, but to get the full value of a joy you must have somebody to divide it with. The difference between the almost right word and the right word is really a large matter. 'Tis the difference between the lightning bug and the lightning. It's no wonder that truth is stranger than fiction. Fiction has to make sense. Only one thing is impossible for God, to find any sense in any copyright law on the planet. When people do not respect us we are sharply offended, yet in his private heart no man much respects himself. I didn't attend the funeral, but I sent a nice letter saying I approved of it. Thousands of geniuses live and die undiscovered, either by themselves or by others. But who prays for Satan? Who, in 18 centuries, has had the common humanity to pray for the one sinner that needed it most? Few things are harder to put up with than the annoyance of a good example. It is by the goodness of God that in our country we have those three unspeakably precious things: freedom of speech, freedom of conscience, and the prudence never to practice either of them. Laws control the lesser man. Right conduct controls the greater one. I came in with Halley's Comet in 1835. It is coming again next year, and I expect to go out with it. It will be the greatest disappointment of my life if I don't go out with Halley's Comet. The Almighty has said, no doubt, now here are these two unaccountable freaks, they came in together, they must go out together. If you hold a cat by the tail you learn things you cannot learn any other way. God made the idiot for practice, and then he made the school board. Loyalty to the nation all the time, loyalty to the government when it deserves it. Everything human is pathetic. The secret source of humor itself is not joy but sorrow. There is no humor in heaven. Why is it that we rejoice at a birth and grieve at a funeral? It is because we are not the person involved. Patriot, the person who can holler the loudest without knowing what he is hollering about. It were not best that we should all think alike, it is difference of opinion that makes horse races. Work consists of whatever a body is obliged to do. Play consists of whatever a body is not obliged to do. The secret source of humor is not joy but sorrow. There is no humor in heaven. The trouble ain't that there is too many fools, but that the lightning ain't distributed right. I was seldom able to see an opportunity until it had ceased to be one. I have never taken any exercise, except sleeping and resting, and I never intend to take any. Travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness, and many of our people need it sorely on these accounts. It is better to deserve honors and not have them than to have them and not deserve them. Often it does seem such a pity that Noah and his party did not miss the boat. Don't say the old lady screamed. Bring her on and let her scream. The man who is a pessimist before 48 knows too much. If he is an optimist after it, he knows too little. Training is everything. The peach was once a bitter almond. Cauliflower is nothing but cabbage with a college education.